The Vikings, a seafaring people from the late 8th to the early 11th century, explored and settled large parts of Europe, Asia, and even North America. Norse sagas and archaeological evidence indicate that they established a settlement called Vinland in present-day Newfoundland around the year 1000 AD. At the same time, the Native Americans, a diverse group of indigenous peoples, inhabited the entire continent of North America for thousands of years. With intricate social structures, rich oral histories, and highly skilled warriors, they were a formidable force to be reckoned with. According to the Norse sagas, the first encounters between Vikings and Native Americans occurred when the Norse explorer Leif Erikson and his crew arrived in Vinland. They encountered a group of indigenous people they called Skraelings. The term Skraeling was used by the Norse to describe the Native Americans they encountered. It's believed to mean something like foreigner or barbarian, showing that the Vikings perceived them as different and potentially hostile. At first, the interactions between the two groups were peaceful, with both sides curious and eager to learn from one another. The Vikings traded with the Native Americans, exchanging goods like metal tools, weapons, and textiles for furs and other valuable resources. As the Viking settlement in Vinland grew, tensions began to rise. The Norse settlers cleared forests, hunted animals, and utilized resources that the Native Americans relied upon for their survival. This encroachment sparked resentment and fear among the indigenous population. The Native American tribes in the region likely saw the Viking settlers as invaders, threatening their way of life. As a result, tensions escalated, and skirmishes began to break out between the two groups. The final straw came when a group of Native American warriors attacked a Viking hunting party. The Norse sagas describe a fierce battle, with the Viking warriors armed with swords, axes, and shields, facing off against the indigenous warriors wielding bows, clubs, and stone knives. The battle was a brutal clash of cultures and fighting styles. The Vikings, renowned for their ferocity and discipline, fought fiercely against the Native Americans, who were no less skilled and relentless. Both sides suffered significant casualties, leaving the once peaceful landscape scarred by blood and turmoil. The sagas suggest that the Vikings were ultimately overwhelmed by the sheer number of Native American warriors. Their aggressive tactics and unfamiliar fighting techniques proved to be a challenge for the Norse settlers, who were used to battling European foes. The violent confrontations took a heavy toll on both sides, and ultimately, the Viking settlers decided to abandon their Vinland settlement. They returned to Greenland and Iceland, sharing tales of their encounters with the Skraelings and the fierce battles they fought.